The best lessons we learn when we just jump into the cold water. At least that has always been the case in my musical story. And when I was in Texas, I was playing on 6th Street a lot. Yeah? 6th Street is like the entertainment street of Austin. One club is just next to the other. And you have to imagine there's like 20 or 30 bands playing side by side, door by door. And you just walk from one club to the next and you're bombarded with awesome music. At least that was the case when I was in Austin around 2007, 2009. Yeah. And so in this time, I was a hired gun pretty much, sometimes playing 6 nights a week on 6th Street while getting my degree at the University of Austin in jazz performance. Yes, and in this time, I not only had to play a lot of blues standards, I also had to play a lot of soul music that I wasn't so familiar with as an Austrian. And I still remember before I came to Texas, I always felt that my playing was still a little bit stiff, that I knew a lot of stuff, I had good ears, I had good vocabulary and everything, but I didn't feel like I could really play soulful music. Yeah? Well, that all changed when I started playing with Tish Lancaster and her drummer Mario. Because Mario would introduce me to Marvin Gaye, and I started listening to that kind of music more and more. And here were some of the licks that I picked up in this time. Very, very cool. So if you're familiar with my channel and you know a little bit about what I do, then you're probably screaming out right now, Ulrich, this is the Hendrix Chordal style. And yes, you're completely right. So today in this episode, I want to give you another shade of the Hendrix Chordal style that you maybe weren't aware of. And that is the shade of soul, blues, R&B influence. Now, if you don't know what the Hendrix Chordal style really is, then I want you to watch this little ad really quick. If you are someone who wants to play with more melodic freedom, but you've been struggling to put together all the puzzle pieces, then I've got the perfect solution for you. Introducing my melodic chordal soloing course that will break down the Hendrix Chordal style for you as a must-know melodic device of your improvisational toolkit, including tabs, fretboard diagrams, and practice worksheets. Click on the link below, start working on it today, and by tomorrow, you're gonna hear results. Instead of just talking a lot of this, let's just get one of Marvin Gaye's absolute hooks, and let me just play over this so you can really hear what it does. Here we go. Can you hear it now, what I mean? All right, so let's break it down a little bit of what I was actually doing here. A lot of this stuff comes down to learning certain licks and phrasing. it's like vocabulary to learn. Yeah. So here's just a few of the licks that I picked up. I'm just gonna do this over an E flat drone so you can hear the root note. So how about this one here? So to actually play the minor third in a major context, that's not something that I would think of before, yeah? Or also so try out that lick, yeah? It's a very important one, yeah? Another one here, Hendrix Chordal style lick with the 6th. Connecting with the 6th vocabulary. Right? And here, another important one. Or you can also do. There's also very important harmonization here in thirds. Yeah, it's hard for me to stop. So you see, there's certain type of vocabulary that you're gonna need, yeah? Some of it has to do with the Hendrix chordal style. Some of it has to do with soulful bends, just these little bends, yeah? They're just essential phrasings, yeah? If you never played around with this kind of sounds, then, you know, I would just recommend fire up the backing track and just play. So the next step then for you would be to learn this in all 12 keys, yeah? Because you don't want to just be able to play this in E flat. And a really good way to think about this is to know your relative major and minor, yeah? You just gotta know if you're in E flat that you're playing the C minor pentatonic at the same time, right? So let's say we are suddenly in the key of A major, yeah? Where would we go in terms of minor pentatonic, yeah? You need to know those things. So, you know, if I'm like here, and if I play the chord progression, and record this on my looper maybe, yeah? And I just know, okay, we got A major, and then I can play F sharp minor. Just super important, right? Super important to know your keys and your relative majors and minors. Well, in this spirit, I hope you got a lot of value out of my episode today. Get your groove on, get your soul on, start listening to Marvin Gaye, and start studying the Hendrix chordal style. If you want to go deeper on that, like you saw in a little ad, I just released a brand new melodic chordal soloing course. The link is down in the description. It's gonna help you a lot to get this kind of double stops chordal playing going. Keep on rocking, and while you're here on YouTube, watch this video here next.